I want to say Frankie was a self-made man, worked all his life, grew up in Nenana, graduated, then he went on to the Vietnam War. He also came back from the Vietnam War to Nenana. I can remember the night he came home. I probably was only maybe 8 or 9. 3 o'clock in the morning, there was a knock at the door, and my mom went to answer the door, and he says, "Auntie Nora, it's Frankie." And she just about lost her breath, and she was fumbling to open up the door really quickly. She got the door open. I couldn't see it, but I could hear the hugs going on and the crying. And Frankie loved my mom. She was a very gentle person, and he always turned to her for the gentle side of her. I can remember the stories he told about being in the jungle, bullets whizzing by his head, and carrying out the wounded, his best friends, only for them to die once he got back to placing them on the ground. They didn't live long after. And these were his best friends in the Vietnam War.
He would always look at you as you're speaking to him as if he understood you.
He had life in front of him. He had hope. He always worked. And that was the thing about Frankie. He was always working, always providing, not only for his family, but, helping out elders in Nenana, helping out anybody he could with his retirement checks. Still to the day that he passed, he was still helping out other families.
He was always trying to teach lessons and making sure that we followed in those footsteps.
Whenever there was a potluck, you could count on Cousin Frankie to go get the moose, bring it back in, all ready to go put into the potluck pots to be cooked. He made the best moose soup at all the potlucks. You could always tell. We'd go, "Oh, Frankie made this," because it was always super good. I learned a lot from Frankie. Even though he was a bachelor most of his life, that guy could cook.
One time our boat got a big hole in it, and we're in the middle of nowhere, and it was him and I and a 2-year-old baby, and he kept us cool the whole time. Repaired it right there, showed me what to do. So in times of when other people might crumble, he kept going.
Yeah, he was a man of the woods, and for him to go hunting every year was the highlight of everything, was the hunting season. 3 weeks with his best 2 buddies out in the woods, out in the boat, in the element, hunting. Whether they got something or not, they were pretty happy. He looked forward to that every year. I mean, I have to say it's up there with his grandchildren, his 3 grandboys. That's how much hunting, subsistence, even rabbit hunting meant to him. Frankie measured life not by monetary value, but by the subsistence he brought, the joy his grandchildren brought to him, by the happiness the native people of Nenana provided him with, that stability in Nenana, and to live that every day, wake up knowing that it's great to be alive, because I'm in Nenana and I'm native and I want to help people.
He just loved my son and his grandkids. He'd take them around everywhere. They were his boys. He even, his 4-wheeler, he put 2 car seats on the back and strapped them down, put the kids in the car seat with helmets on, and drove them all around Nenana.
But I want to talk about these guys a little bit. Stewie and Frankie the Fourth. They were his world. They were everything to him. Now, someone has said that Frankie walked in the woods with no intent of coming back. That did not happen. If he walked in the woods, he was going in the woods to hunt, to gather, to bring back food for the elders, to always bring back, take care of others. He would not just walk in the woods and disappear. No, not with these 2. He loved them, would never leave them. He lived his life for them. And I believe he died for them. And that's the honest truth. Frankie Minano II did not just walk into the woods with no intentions of returning. Not when he had these two guys.
Not knowing what happened to him and where he is the hardest part. I just hope that his last moments were, he was at peace.